I was underwhelmed by Salman Khan's place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small house.
It looks like a hotel or something. Like a small hotel.
It looks like a Airbnb. It looks like.
And so I go in ready to dance, and I'm just like doing the thing, and this guy in a shirt just like this comes up to me and goes, "This is a private party." I go, for the first time in my life, I use the phrase, "Do you know who I am?"
And I was just like cringing. I was like, I can't believe he just said that. And I was holding a glass. And so the whole time I was like this. Like really trying, and they still managed to cut me out of the damn thing. I was
They just blurred you on the side.
Yeah, I was like, it's just my hand. I'm not getting that rate. Oh.
On that Emirates ad is actually how I watched Bahubali.
He says I tell the most boring stories, so every now and then I'll just end it with, and then a dinosaur walked in with a machine gun.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, done.
Listen, you guys are from America. That's possible.
So
he's always asking me as well. He's like, Achara, am I limping? And I think I'm just so used to it now because I think he just walks like John Wayne. So I'm like, yeah, you look fine.
I've fallen down twice on this trip. Twice, okay.
I feel like it's a meme because it's like Jaby Koay. He'll go out, like we're out with friends. They took us to like this lookout point, and he's all like climbing over rocks and shit to get the best picture of the view. They're all like, it's really dangerous. And I'm like, don't worry, his nemesis is stairs.
I think if you're good looking, like you can get away with more murder.
That's true.
Yeah. I think that's what I've learned.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do murder. I can do one, maybe, in certain parts. But you have to be really good looking where people are like, he's so good looking. How you murdered him? He's got abs and all. What are you talking about? Thanks, Yash. Welcome to 3 Drinks Later, one of the greatest shows in the internet. After Game of Thrones, we are number 2. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Again, get on a Telegram group for early releases and all that kind of stuff. I'm going to be on tour. Mumbai and Bangalore is Mumbai is here. Bangalore and Hyderabad is happening. Sorabh.com for tickets. I have 2 special guests who are going to react to my nonsense today. We have Jaby Koay and Achara KIRK. Hello, everybody.
Aap kaise ho?
मैं बहुत अच्छा हूँ. I mean, should I take it further?
No, he doesn't know. He can't handle anymore. I think he was surprised that you even responded in Hindi, and he was like, panic.
I have one good phrase, and then people start going off on one. I'm like, no, please don't do it. You're going to kill me.
Yeah, I think Anuvap Pal was a fellow friend, a friend of mine. He taught a friend of his, this guy called Tom Koss, who used to help out with this place called the Canvas Laugh Club. He taught him a Hindi term which makes no sense, which is Mera Bandar Nahi, which means I don't have a monkey. So he was just completely out of context, just show up and we will say Mera bandar nahi, and people are like, what are you talking about?
Oh, I love things out of context.
Yeah. What is your favorite thing right now? Say it.
I always say kon hai.
No, yeah.
Everywhere. Just I'll be working on my laptop. Kon hai. Just to like amuse myself.
The other thing.
I don't know if I can do it on the spot. Tum meri hati per beti ho.
तुम मेरी हड्डी पर बैठी हो.
तुम मेरा हाथी पर बैठे हो.
Hathi means like, okay.
Elephant.
Yeah.
Or I go to mera hara hati par beti ho.
No, not bad at all, man.
You're sitting on my green elephant.
Yeah.
So Marina's like, why are you saying that? I'm like, just,
Best context.
Good icebreaker.
Yeah, it's better than let's learn the bad language, and this is more, hey, this is more fun. This is nonsensical.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have many live streams that are called Haralund.
Hey, we went there eventually. Green Peniles. We have a lot of children watching. We have no children watching. I don't think YouTube
just
allows
yours.
that. Yeah, just mine. And even they are very confused. I was going to bring my daughter here just to see the set, and then I'm like, no, I don't think this is a good idea.
No.
People getting drunk is not a thing. No. So you are in Mumbai. What are you doing in my city? Why are you here to steal our jobs? What's your problem?
No.
Achara is a movie star in the Kannada film industry now.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
What's the story there?
So I was asked whether I would do this film called The Bachelor Party. They were looking for like a Thai female character to be like the romantic interest. I was like, sure, that sounds like fun. And so I came along. We actually shot some in Thailand already, and then the rest of it we shot in Bangalore as Thailand. And I was like, honestly, you guys could have shot the whole thing here. It probably looks like exactly the same. Yeah.
Legalized marijuana.
Oh, yeah. And my sister was so happy when that happened. She's like, yeah, let's go. Even my mom was like, oh, I heard that you can take it for like pain or like for massage, like, you know, like CBD and all. I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
wow, mom's on board now.
Shout out to Habitat for their fries. These fries are killer.
Yeah?
Like, I'm a fries aficionado. These are really, really good.
Yeah,
You know?
many people have called you the Anthony Bourdain of fries. Yeah.
They also call me Anthony.
Yeah, listen, that's by the way. I mean, we really have a lot to unpack there. But I discovered there's this character called Anthony Alba.
Yes.
That's your real name?
That's my legal name.
What is this? You've been lying to all your viewers for all these years. Is this for tax reasons?
Do you want to hear the whole story?
Yeah. And then we have to figure out this whole your acting debut. And I mean, that sounds like a lot to unpack there. Yeah. So
Okay, so many years ago, when AOL Instant Messenger was a thing, you had to come up with a handle.
Yeah.
And so my initial handle was MyJC, MYJC, for Michelle Yeoh, Jackie Chan. Right? So I've been long diehard fans of these two.
Yeah.
And then eventually my friend came up with like a Jedi name for himself.
Yeah.
And he's like, you got to have a Jedi name. I'm like, okay. So I came up with Jaby Koay.
Oh,
And
that's
so-
a great Jedi name, dude.
Yeah, and so Jaby is actually an amalgamation. J is for Jackie Chan, A is for Anthony Alba, B is for Bruce Lee, Y is for Michelle Yeoh. And Koay is a name I made up by accident while on AOL Instant Messenger. Someone said something to me, I'm like, okay, but I swapped the K and the O. And as a
Wow.
kid, as a dumb kid, you're like, all your ideas are amazing. You're like, whoa, that's a great name, and I just kept it. Yeah. So that's how Jaby Koay came into place. And I got the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Jaby Koay. And initially I was going by Anthony.
Yeah.
Good job. Very professional.
Sorry, see, this is you're talking about action stars, and I'm like, let me show you my action guy.
And so I just was like, I just adopted it for myself. I'm like, well, it's me anyway. I was planning to use it as an acting name at some point.
Yeah.
And so that's how that came about.
That's a great story, man.
Yeah.
I have a feeling we've discussed this at some stage before. But again, it's
During
a great
pandemic.
story. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
during the pandemic when
Yeah.
we had 19 conversations, we were like, we are bored. Let's talk,
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So your debut, the movie is called Bachelor Party. Yeah.
Correct,
Yeah.
yes.
And are you? Do you have a Thai background? What's the story? Yeah.
I'm half Thai. My
Oh, wow.
mom's Thai. And
Yeah.
my dad's English.
Oh, wow.
And so like I was born in Thailand. I actually grew up there and stuff. So luckily it just worked out that I was already visiting my family for Christmas. And then they were like, oh, we actually are going to shoot in Thailand like in January or whatever. And I was like, cool, I'm already there. So what do you want?
Wow, what a great story. You should just start going to any random exotic location and just say, hey, I'm here.
I'm here. Are you ready to shoot?
They did the thing. I'm like, I don't know why more people aren't doing this already. I was like, if you put us in the movie, we're going to promote it.
Yeah, obviously,
Right?
yeah.
It's just natural. And
Yeah.
so that's free promotion for you if you just give us a tiny role, a choti role.
Yeah.
We'll be happy with that.
Are you in the role? Do you have a role as well? I mean, listen, man. I mean, come on. You're also here. I mean, you could have played someone.
These are really good fries.
Is that a dialogue from the film? Imagine every 5 minutes you just show up like, these are really good fries.
I wish I had that as a role. Go ahead.
But this is a great story. What a great story. And you thought it Thai. So is this your acting debut?
No.
Yeah, because you've done stuff before. Yeah,
I have
remember,
done stuff
yeah.
before. So like I actually started
She
acting.
spent 6 years as a reactor.
Yes, that was my training.
Yeah, acting
I
is all about reacting. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it is actually.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Huh?
what?
Huh? What's that? Tell me more. Whoa. Coffee for me.
I started acting in Thailand when I was about 12, 13 years old. I was just rollerblading in my neighborhood with my friends, and then this strange man was staring at me.
Okay, that's
As they do.
As they
That
do.
took a weird turn,
As they
yeah.
do. And I'm like, okay, what's up with him? And then he comes up to me and he's like, hi, have you ever thought about being in commercials? And I was like, okay, I think you need to talk to my mom.
Yeah.
So let me just take you to my house. So like I rollerbladed to my house. I was like,
Keep in mind, she was already this tall.
I was about this tall.
Oh, wow.
Not
Oh,
much,
yeah,
not
yeah.
much shorter than this. And then so
I was there.
I rocked up to my house and I was like,
These fries are good.
he was just there.
What about my opportunity?
Yeah, so I brought him home and I was like, Mom, this guy says he thinks I could be in commercials or something. And so he's like, I run this agency. Here's my card. And bearing in mind, like where we live in Bangkok, it's not even in the city.
Right.
We like live, I don't know how familiar you are with the geography of Bangkok, but we live right by the old airport. So it's like not even close to Sukhumvit or anywhere where anyone is. So that's what was so surprising. He just happened to be in my neighborhood. And so he gave his card and we went there for some test shoots and stuff. And then like 6 months later, I booked my first commercial. And then from there, like, you know, music videos, blah, blah, blah. And then like my first movie role.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a great story. Just rollerblading. What is this? Your life is just like you're making these random plans and people are like, do you want to act?
That's how that
what it
literally
is.
that
That's
is my
amazing.
life. And that was how I ended up on his YouTube channel.
Oh my God. Were you rollerblading? And he's like,
No.
hey, you see my face? You want to see Aparichit?
That sounds about right. Pretty much what happened.
What a great story.
Yeah.
So that must be fun. And is the shoot over or is there still stuff pending?
I have to go back for one day of shoot and
Wow.
then that's it. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. And what about you? What happened? What was missing in your life? Why did nobody select you for a movie? What happened there? Where did this all go wrong?
I don't know, man.
Anthony.
I'm so jealous. I'm mad and jealous because she keeps getting picked up for these roles, and I'm like, what the hell? What about me? I'm right here. I started this shit. Why not me? God damn it.
So yeah, how did you meet her? How did you stumble upon her being a? Hey, by the way, cheers! I was waiting for.
Oh, sorry. I was
no,
just,
it's all
like,
good.
downing my drink.
I was
Well,
wait-
do it right. You gotta teach him.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
sorry, eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I usually wait till about 7 minutes in the episode so that YouTube can't catch that we're drinking. See?
Do you know who Kichcha Sudeep is?
Yeah.
Okay, so we hung out with him,
Oh my God.
and nicest guy.
Yeah.
But admittedly, I was nervous because like he has that movie star essence about him, and we were drinking a little bit, and I was very careful about like everything I'm saying and whatever. But as soon as he said cheers, I'm like eyes. I was very militant about it. I'm like, why did I do that? He's not gonna like you anymore.
No, but
He was
like
chill.
I mean, I think eventually everybody's just like about like being amused, right?
Right.
We're all just waiting to be amused, no matter how popular you are and whoever you are. You're just like, hey, amuse me with
Yeah.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, at least you
Yeah.
hope that's going to be the result.
Yeah.
You know, we interviewed Ali Abad,
Yeah.
and before the interview, during a live stream, we were Googling Ranbir,
Yeah.
and we noticed that he never smiles in his photos.
Yeah.
Like, ever. And so we made this joke of like, Ranbir is so happy.
So happy.
Because he never smiles.
Yeah.
And so while we interviewed, I was like, so does Ranbir ever smile at home? And she's like, what the hell? Like, she looked at the person off camera, whoever that person was, like, what's this guy doing? And I'm like, look, here's the deal. I Google him, and he never smiles in any photos. And then she just busted up laughing, thankfully.
Yeah.
She was super, super chill.
Yeah. I mean, she's been through a roast, so I think she's heard it a lot.
Oh, right, when she messed up the name of the PM or something?
She didn't know who the president was, or something like that.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
AIB, like, and her did a joke together.
Yeah, but also the thing is, like, I mean, if you walk through the streets of this country and you ask people who's the chief minister of a state, like, I can guarantee you, like, 50% people will not know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like, yeah.
Well, I remember a news segment years ago in America. They interviewed someone on the street, like, who's the first president of the United States? And this
Yeah.
woman was like, Bill Clinton? I was like, what the hell?
But technically true. It's like first president I knew about. Like you didn't specify.
That's true.
So, yeah. It's like technically like everything should come with an asterisk at the end of it. You're like, listen, this is what
Right.
I mean. Yeah. So yeah, you met Kichcha Sudeep. What are we talking about? We were talking about how you started the reaction video. How you discovered.
Oh,
How you discovered this diamond.
You were asking how we met each other.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which question you want us to answer? You got so many questions.
I have many questions. I have.
Yeah.
I have a.
Oh, you got like a list?
I have a list of questions which includes. Listen, this is where like tourism in India has changed. Okay, where earlier like if people would come to India visiting, this is the first time, right, for both of you?
Second.
Third.
Oh my God, I
What?
didn't know that.
Well, what happened was we came to Mumbai,
Yeah.
and then her sister was getting married in Thailand, so we just hopped over to Thailand.
Ah.
And Achara didn't get a long enough visa, and so I had to come back to Mumbai by myself before meeting her in Abu Dhabi.
Well, actually, what happened was I got a 1 month visa,
Yeah.
right? As you do.
I have a 5-year.
Yeah, he got the 5-year one. They wouldn't give it to British people before, which understandably, I don't
Yeah.
disagree
British
with
people
that.
get out.
Yeah,
You know, like
Don't
this
come
off. But So I just had the 1 month tourist visa, but then we were stopping over on the way back. And so they were like, oh, you need a visa. And the visa people I went through, I told them I was dual nationality. I don't know if this is going to get me in trouble now. But so the first one I did on my UK passport, passed, no problem. Second one on the way back, I tried to do it on my Thai passport. Denied.
Oh my God.
And I was like, shit. Of course, I left it until the last minute because the first time I got it in like 48 hours. What the hell?
We spent like 8 hours at the embassy.
The consulate
in Thailand trying to get her sorted. It didn't work
happen.
out. So I had to go back to Mumbai by myself, and I hung out with all the TVF people.
I met him in Abu Dhabi in the end. And then we caught a plane back home.
This basically sounds like how India and Pakistan play cricket right now. Where we can't play in India or Pakistan, so we play in the Middle East. We play in either UAE or Abu Dhabi or wherever it is. So yeah, this sounds like your story.
Yeah.
You both are looking at me very quizzically like, what is he talking about? You know what? The audience will get this joke and they will celebrate me.
No, I was just trying to figure out how much to tell you of how we met, because I'm wondering how much of your audience has heard the story already. So I'm always like,
okay, we can skip it. We'll talk about something else.
No, we can talk about it.
It's actually pretty fun.
Let's do. Okay, let's do this. This is the first ever time story in
you
the
keep
show.
trying to figure out the game.
Yeah. So there's a timer there. Okay, it's let's do it in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
quickly.
2 minutes. Okay, so 3, 2, 1, go.
I was working in casting, and it was a non-union audition, and non-union typically is not as good as union actors. And so it was for Orangina, and the audition was super simple, but none of the actors were getting it right. I was an hour behind schedule. I come out of the audition, I'm like, look, if you guys want to go home, just do what I'm telling you to do. And she saw I was already pissed off. She had to get to another audition. She comes in the room, and I'm like, are you a Hapa? She goes, yeah. And I go, all right, cool, let's keep going. And so a Hapa, for those of you that don't know, is half Asian, half white. Anyway, move on. I don't remember this at all. She tells me later, and I'm like, that sounds like Jaby Koay.
Yeah.
And so anyway, there's another audition where I'm on a break, and she's getting boba before her audition. And I like that boba place. So I go in there, and I see her. I'm like, this girl's pretty cute. I need a way to get into a conversation with her. Hey, have we worked together before? And she goes, actually, you auditioned me. I go, oh. Are you a Hapa? She goes, you asked me that question before. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And I felt so embarrassed. I'm like, all right, you want to be friends on Facebook? Goodbye. It was out. I don't remember this at all, except she told it to me, so then I remembered it. Then the third time, that's when it clicked. I saw someone on the call sheet for an audition, and it was for Hanes Underwear. Okay. So I see this woman. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my friend from like 6 years ago. I didn't know it was her. And I'm like, oh, this is super cool. I'll get to reconnect with her. So she comes in the room. I'm like, hey, you're back in town from Japan. And she goes, yeah. She wasn't from Japan.
No.
So she was in Thailand. And she just goes with it. And I go, okay, well, get in your underwear, please. And it's just like, it was the weirdest thing to me that I hadn't seen this person in 6 years. And now I'm seeing her in her underwear. Like, that was just only in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And then later on, I realized, that's not the girl from Japan. And so we connected on Facebook eventually, and I was like, come on my YouTube channel, and then I couldn't get rid of her.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I was too good.
Yeah, you were too good.
Yeah.
This is why you're one of the futures of Indian. Wait, what language is this film in?
Kannada.
Yeah, Kannada. You're the future of Kannada. Yeah. Yeah, see? And by the way, that story was, I don't know how long, but because I think it was 1:45, man. Not bad at all.
Yeah.
This guy, he finishes fast.
Also,
Not just stories.
also only about 70% accuracy.
Oh my God, no,
which for Jaby Koay is actually pretty high.
Yeah.
So,
Always embellishing.
yeah, always.
I tell her all the time, I'm like, throw some dinosaurs in there, throw an explosion in there, end it with, that's how I became a lesbian. Make it something crazy.
Turns out it was like Barack Obama in underwear. His career
Exactly.
wasn't working
something
out.
like that. Because he says I tell the most boring stories, so every now and then I'll just end it with, and then a dinosaur walked in with a machine gun.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
Yeah, done.
Listen, you guys are from America. That's possible.
That makes sense, actually.
You walk in somewhere like, hey, is this an embellishment or a real story? Like, and that's how we got saved. Oh, that's a great story. But also, like, it's so weird how everything is about coincidence. Mm-hmm. Like all of life. Like, I got my first writing job when my mom spoke to a guy in a train. And I was unemployed at the time, and she said, my son also is a dancer. I was not a dancer. And the guy said, we are auditioning dancers. I'm like, cool, let's go dance. And then I went to dance, and I danced very badly. And I got so overexcited dancing, I toppled over 3 chairs and everybody applauded for me because till then everybody was like doing real perfection stuff. And they're like, hey, you're really good at comedy. I'm like, I am. And then I got a job with them. So it works out. Like everything is coincidence.
Yeah.
Like how we meet people in life, like future stars.
Yeah.
But then also, the funny thing is in LA, right?
Yeah.
I very rarely meet people more than once. And not only had I met him 3 times, those 3 instances, but there was another time, I used to work at a restaurant.
Yeah.
And I remembered him coming in with his family, and I remembered him, but he didn't remember me. And then I took a picture for him, and I remembered exactly. And once we started working together, I was like, hey, do you remember that time you came into the restaurant I worked at? And it was someone's birthday, and you sat at table number 16, and then I took a picture for you. And he was like, what? No, I don't remember what. And then I described it to him, and he's like, oh, wait, because he keeps everything on backup, right? So he goes through his computer and then he brings up the picture and I'm like, yeah. And then just recently, his mom sent a video that she had found on her cell phone of whoever birthday it was. Was it your sister or something?
I don't know.
And sure enough, there was me and another server. Happy birthday to you.
I'm not the only one that forgets her, by the way. Okay, we were in Rajasthan.
What a great start to a sentence. I'm not the only one who forgets it, by the way.
Super forgettable.
We were in Rajasthan, and this attractive woman recognized me.
Yeah.
And she put her arm around me. She wanted to take a photo real fast. I was like, okay. And this thing I've been doing lately, I've been copying Keanu Reeves. Every time I take a photo, I have my hand out, so you can't accuse me of shit.
Yeah.
So she takes a photo with me, and I'm like, do you want a photo with Achara? And I point at Achara, and she looks at Achara. She's like, "Is that your friend?" She's like completely clueless as to who Achara is, and Achara's like, hey, all right, goodbye.
Yeah, in all fairness to her, though, that day I was wearing a kurta, so maybe I looked super Indian or something. So I was just like, "Okay, peace out, bye."
No, but then later on, we were leaving, and she ran up to Achara. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I remember where you are now." Blah, blah, blah.
Hilarious. Yeah. This happens a lot because there's so much content in the world now where somebody will come up to me like, "You're that guy, right?" I'm like, "Yes." They're like, what do you do? I'm like, what kind of follow-up is this? And I'm not even angry anymore. I'm like, yeah, I do stand-up. I think you must have seen one of my videos. But I like the idea of the hover.
Yeah.
So this is one of the reasons why after a show, what I'll usually do is I'll make sure I have a bottle in my hand. And then I have my phone, so I'll just be like this, and then I tell everybody, hey, let's do the pose. So there's this guy called this one thing called the Country Club in India, and this guy's pose was like he did this, right? And I'm like, let's do that. So both my hands are occupied.
Yeah, smart.
Yeah. Very, very smart.
See,
especially in today's climate.
Yeah, well,
It's hot,
mainly
hot,
because of your. So your wife can't say anything.
Yeah, my wife doesn't care. She's like, go make money and come back. Who gives a shit?
That's funny.
Yeah. But what are you guys doing here? So aside from the film, is it there's a lot of meetings lined up and stuff like that?
A lot of meetings.
What are we expecting from you? Are you doing a reality show with Dharma? Are you both marrying Shah Rukh? What's happening? What's going on?
Very exciting, and I wouldn't say no to any of that. I wish that was what was happening, but
yeah, I don't think. I think there are very few people who would say no to Shah Rukh saying marry me. Yeah. You don't I don't. Yeah, Gauri Khan.
We visited his house just on the outside, obviously.
I saw his Twitter.
Yeah.
And that's
you
what
saw that?
Yeah, that's why I was like changing tourism in India. Earlier people would be like Gateway of India, and there'd be like the history of the Gateway of India, and then there'd be a fake story about the Taj Hotel, which is built the wrong side, which is absolute rubbish, no sense in that. And now people are like, hey, Salman's house and Amir's house, and this is where they shot Kaho Na Pyar Hai. It's great.
I was underwhelmed by Salman Khan's place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's a small house.
It looks like a hotel or something, like a small hotel.
It looks like a Airbnb. It's like because I think they came from they have emotional reasons to continue staying there.
Okay.
It's apparently a very very small place, but he just likes staying there because the family started off there or whatever else it is. So there's the emotional context.
It's not his building, right?
No.
He just has an apartment there.
I think
right?
might be 2 floors. I don't know, something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just like, why would you? Why?
Yeah.
I was so confused.
Jaby's all about the upgrade.
Yeah. I'm like, put me in the highest floor possible, please.
Yeah, but in Mumbai, that's a challenging thing because the highest floor means you'll get a lot of extra noise.
Oh, really?
Why is
Yeah,
that?
you have to calculate. Like, so if your building has say 20 floors, you want to stay right in the middle somewhere. So because if you're in the bottom 4 floors, then people are going to be loud constantly. Either children are going to be playing loudly, or people are, because Indians in general, and actually Thai people also, talk very loudly, right?
Sure.
Yeah, it's very loud talking people. And so that's avoidable. And then the top, you can hear the sounds coming from all over the place. All the sounds of the various religions of the country, crackers going off, all that kind of stuff. It's a lot. It's a lot.
It sounds like you've done this a lot.
Yeah, listen, I've lived in Mumbai for 33 years now.
Okay.
So I know the calculations.
Where were you before that?
I was in Delhi I was born in Delhi and then I lived in Simla, which is a small hill station, for a year and a half.
Wow.
Where I used to fire air guns at monkeys.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just Delhi and Mumbai, that's it?
Yeah, Delhi, Mumbai, and Simla. And then traveling abroad, like places like Bangkok. Like one guy got in touch with me. He's like, "Hey, there's a private show in Bangkok, and we're paying you X, and it's like 1/4 of what I make."
Yeah.
Like, yes. Let's do it.
Did you like Bangkok?
I like it, man. I like. You know what I like about Bangkok specifically, especially that Sukhumvit area, which is where I think 95% of people have just not even moved from that area. Is that it's almost. I can't tell if it's better than Mumbai or no. Like it's some parts are better and some parts are not, and then some parts are you're like whatever.
It's pretty similar, like the vibe of like a busy city and being able to have access to a lot of really cool things, as well as like not so cool things. You know.
Okay, so when was the last time you bombed on stage?
3 days back.
Oh,
3 days
really?
back?
Yeah.
What does it feel like now?
Oh my god, dude! So it was a bizarre sequence of events. I had 2 corporate shows in a day. So what tends to happen is that you make like this show is financed by me doing corporate shows, and so and you say 2 corporate shows and people are like, hey, daily 2 corporate shows, you must be and I'm like, no, those are. I have 12th and 15th and 17th where I had 17 queries for those 3 days, and the rest of the month is empty.
Okay.
So I had 2 shows back to back. So the first show was for a group of, I won't get into specifics, but for a group of people who sells flats in Mumbai, also called brokers. Let's just say the story. And I had performed for a group of 650 brokers, like literally 2 months back. And I had done well. It was decent. It wasn't bad. And I asked these guys, I'm like, hey, are you sure it's not going to be the same group? They're like, no, our clientele is completely different. Don't worry. I'm like, listen, my corporate set is the same because I'm doing this a lot in Hindi. And my Hindi set is about 25 minutes max. They're like, yeah, no problem. I am sitting in the coffee shop and I see faces pass by that I recognize because I interacted with them 2 months back. And I'm like, it's the same crowd.
Oh, no.
So I get on stage and make my first joke and they're looking at me like, we just heard this last. So it's one of those things where I had to do 25 minutes and I don't think this has happened more than 3 times in my entire career where I do a joke. And even if you're not finding the joke funny, you understand the intonation, right? We're like, da 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 da, and then you're like, that's the joke. People are just staring.
Oh no.
Just 250 people staring, and I don't even blame them because it was bad. So that was a big tank. And then you're going back. I'm going to the next show, and in my head, I'm in the cab on the way, and I'm like, what am I doing with my life and my career? I have children. I should have some self-respect. Blah blah blah. And then I reach the second show, and I absolutely destroy. Oh, I was great. It was one of the few times in my life where I'm like, you've had instant gratification, not gratification, reaffirmation. What is the word?
Affirmation.
Whatever.
Confirmation.
Yeah, whatever the word
Something.
is.
Yeah.
And that went off well. So I felt good immediately after that.
Have you done any corporate gigs for my spider senses are going berserk. I hear the sounds of the Sony cameras.
Yes.
I think he's because they're overheating or something like that. So, what's happening, man? Tell us, Vivian, what's going on here?
They're A7 so you need to cut them on 29 minutes. They don't roll like 4.
Damn you, A7 III.
Yeah, we have Sony cameras at home. But anyway, have you done any corporate gigs for Yes Bank?
Yes, I have.
Are you allowed? Can we talk about that?
Okay. Yeah.
I just want to tell my story. So we were.
I like how the setup could be. Hey, have you ever eaten a Frankie in Mumbai? Yes, I have. Let me tell you about my Yes Bank story.
So we were at a hotel. I won't say which one because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. And I was like 3 sheets to the wind. I was pretty drunk on some whiskey. And a friend of ours was like, "Let's go dancing." And so
because we heard the
music. And so we go down the hallway to investigate.
Yeah.
And it's like Bollywood party, literally labeled Bollywood party. I'm like, shit, it's Jaby Koay Achara KIRK. We're practically indoctrinated into Bollywood, right? And so I walk in expecting like a nice welcome. Yeah. And because you see Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan and whatever, and like all these Bollywood celebrities.
Not the real ones, cutouts.
Oh, the cutouts.
So we go inside and I see a bunch of aunties dancing, and I'm like, this is my scene. Aunties love Jaby Koay. And so I go in ready to dance, and I'm just like doing the thing, and this guy in a shirt just like this comes up to me and goes, this is a private party. I go, for the first time in my life, I use the phrase, do you know who I am?
And I was just like cringing. I was like, I can't believe he just said that.
It was the first and only time I've ever said that, ever. Because I'm not that guy. I would never say that. But I was like, I want to be in this party. I want to dance right now. And so I was like, I got to figure out something to keep us in here.
Yeah.
You know? And so I literally pulled up my YouTube and I showed him the thing. And he looks at me and goes, yeah, private party, get out. Like, God dang it. And so we leave and I'm just hanging out and I stole some of the like party hats. And we're just like talking amongst the staff for a second. I see him come out. I'm like, Jai Hind. Then we leave.
So, and this is a party for Yes Bank.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was. And
Oh
I was
my
like, no
God.
bank.
And you should have just, this is a great story. But you know, I think all of us are, you know, when you see people behave unreasonably in whatever situation, I'm like, oh, what is wrong with these people? And they're like, yeah, maybe, how many steps am I away from this? You know what
That
I'm saying?
requires a lot of self-reflection that I think a lot of us do not possess that capacity.
I have said, do you know who I am? Because I was a similar situation, but in my favor this time. Okay, unlike yours, you gate crashing Indian toilets. I was scheduled to do a show, and I used to have a French beard and stuff like that back then. Right?
What's
I
a
used to-
French,
French beard?
beard?
oh my, is that a very Indian concept to call it a French beard? The one which Will Smith used to have, that thing like that.
There are
Oh.
some things here that you can't do in America. Like there's a restaurant called Snacky Chan for Jackie Chan. You can't do that in the States. Anyway, you had a French beard.
Yeah,
So
by the
like
way,
a goatee.
Yeah. Yeah, probably got a goatee. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah.
The one which
Yeah.
Chris Rock had and whatever else.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
So I used to look different, and now I'm about to enter my own show in Hyderabad, and the guy's like, "Sir, you don't have a ticket." I'm like, it's my that's me. And the guy's like, no, you're not. I'm like, no, and then I said, do you know who I am? People are like, yeah, this is a show.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, I didn't get to perform my own
That
show.
sounds like a credit card commercial. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
when the States, you see that a lot. Like,
Yeah.
you know who I am? And like you pull out all these things. It's like it's a celebrity. Like everyone knows who this is. And the security is like, I need to see ID, sir.
You know what this is like? Do you guys know about Charles Shobraj?
No.
So it's just Charles Shobraj was just, I don't know about whether he's an Indian or I think he's from Nepal, but he had Indian parents and stuff like that, and he was accused of killing multiple people in
shit.
Bangkok.
Funny story.
Oh, of course.
Great story.
Yeah.
A lot of comedy. And so back then they used to have passports where I could just literally take your passport and just remove it and replace it with this thing and the
Yes.
yeah. So back then scamming people was genuinely easy.
Was this 1992?
It was 19.
Aha, you got it.
yeah.
Scam 1992.
Oh,
He's like confused. He's like, what?
Shit, I'm dumb.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I was just trying to think about like back then, like in the 80s and 70s and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
you could've
you just, as long as you have a vague amount of printing something in your house and you have a printing press or whatever it is, you're done. You just
Yeah.
scam whoever you want. It's great. Don't you miss those times?
Yeah.
Wait, so what happened?
Catch me if you can.
The killer, what
He
happened
killed
to
a
him?
boy. Oh yeah. So the recent story about him, and this is where, I mean, I don't know what the connection is. Listen, I'm 4 drinks down. This is the second episode I'm done. So he was out on bail after being convicted of murder.
Okay.
And he had to travel on the break for getting a heart surgery. And he's traveling on a normal flight. And there's a woman next to him who's just looking at him like that. That's one of the most legendary photographs I've seen, where you're just sitting next to somebody who's been convicted of murder on a general flight. So anyway,
Wow.
There's no, you know what? I don't know why I shared this with all of you.
There's all kinds of funny stories like that, though. Like I think it was Ted Bundy
Yeah.
who was in a courthouse and he went to go pee and then he jumped out the window and he ran.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
was
yeah.
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah. I think if you're good looking, like you can get away with more murder.
That's true.
Yeah. I think that's what I've learned.
Yeah.
That's why I can't do murder. I can do one, maybe, in certain parts. But you have to be really good looking, where people are like, he's so good looking, how he murdered him? He's got abs and all, what are you talking about?
Wow.
Achara could get away with 20.
Oh, thanks.
That's a compliment.
Thank you.
That's going to be the Tinder score. How many murders can this person get away
Yeah.
with? Only 2. What the hell?
2 murders, 1 robbery.
I've been working out so much.
Yeah.
2.5.
Hey, but listen, you work out a lot, and I've been seeing your stunts and all. You're like would you call yourself a young Tiger Shroff or an old Tiger
I
Shroff?
would call myself a Snacky Chan.
Listen, there is okay. This is okay. Just okay. and I don't know if Google will allow me to say this, okay? But there's this, and I'm censoring myself not because whatever, but because Google will stop it, okay? There's a guy whose name starts with H, who he didn't like a particular people and started a world war.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that guy.
That
Right?
guy.
And I like how all three of us know why I'm not mentioning because YouTube algorithm.
Yes.
They are clothing shops named after that person.
In India.
What?
Yes. You can Google it. Just Google it. You'll find. I don't know. I don't know if it's in Nagpur or wherever, but there are shops named after him. There are lock companies named after him. We're talking about Heisenberg.
Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss, yeah.
Yeah.
Hugo Boss.
Hugo Boss, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so to answer your question, I think I'm like a decrepit tiger shroff. Because like people don't know this about me, but like I've got a limp.
Oh.
You know, like we were in Delhi, and these fans came up to us, and like we just got along with them, and I'm like, let's go for a walk. And we're walking and talking, and the girl talking to me was like, "Are you okay?" I go, "Why?" She goes, "Well, you're kind of like walking funny." I go, "Oh, that's my limp." She goes, "What are you talking about?" And I explained to her when I was a little kid, my leg used to lock up on me, and I would just fall down. It was the
shit.
weirdest thing. Like, and I told my parents, and they didn't take me seriously because I was an asshole. And so, as I got older, I did martial arts, and that probably exacerbated the issue. So sometimes when I'm walking, I'm like doing this, and I don't. It looks like I'm injured, but my brain has equalized everything, so it just looks like I'm walking straight, and I have no idea I'm limping.
Yeah.
So
He's always asking me as well. He's like, Achara, am I limping? And I think I'm just so used to it now because I think he just walks like John Wayne. So I'm like, yeah, you look fine.
I've fallen down twice on this trip. Twice, okay.
I feel like it's a meme because it's like Jaby Koay. He'll go out like we're out with friends. They took us to like this lookout point, and he's all like climbing over rocks and shit to get the best picture of the view. They're all like, it's really dangerous, and I'm like, don't worry. His nemesis is stairs.
I'm a ninja when it comes to getting good photos and video. But like, I was walking. We were in my friend's place in where is it, Delhi?
Yeah, I was in Delhi.
And I'm coming down the stairs, and I'm walking slow, okay? And I'm wearing Crocs, which
Yeah.
are supposed to have more grip. And I look at Achara, and I got a drink in my hand. I'm like, hey. And I go slow, and then suddenly I just slip, and I go down the stairs. Glass intact. I'm a fucking ninja.
wow.
I got the glass intact. Water's all over me, and my ego is totally bruised. And I'm just like, okay, how do I get out of it? I stand up, and my friend's mom is like, I do it all the time. I'm like, what? Why would you not lay that with grips? And then the other day, I was trying to take a shower.
One second about the Delhi story.
Yeah, the
Delhiites
Delhi.
would be very impressed that you didn't let the alcohol fall.
It wasn't alcohol, it was water.
It was water.
But still.
Oh, it was water.
It was water.
Shit.
I took a second
God.
shower.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
With the water, it's
Yeah.
all over me.
Yeah.
And then the other day, we have to share a hotel room.
Yeah.
And so she took a shower, and then I go to use the shower, and she hears a thud.
Oh,
and
shit.
she's like, "What the hell happened?" I go, "Nothing." And I'm just like, I'm just on the floor in the shower, butt naked. I'm like, "Don't come here." It's not a sight. Do you want to see?
Oh my god, dude! But it's because of the balance.
The shower was like these fancy showers are
Yeah.
marble floor.
Oh my god! Yes.
And I walked in and I was trying not to step on the clean feet towel thing.
Yeah.
So I stepped over it and just ate it.
Oh, yeah,
Completely
yeah.
ate it, went to my back, because
Yeah.
that's the martial arts thing to do.
Yeah.
And I just stayed there for a while and allowed myself to think about what stupid thing I just did.
That's not the only time he's been taken out by stairs, though. like even when we went to London at one time, he just
shit.
slipped down the stairs. I'm like,
Stairs are
what
scary.
the hell?
Stairs are so scary.
He recently fractured his scapula because he fell down on stairs in the condo.
Oh, you didn't know about this?
No, man.
Okay, let me try to give you the
Oh
short.
wait, of course, yeah. We put out some posts and all about it.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. I remember. This is a while back though.
October, November.
Yeah.
He's like,
I guess in the YouTube space, it's years ago.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
for me, it was yesterday.
he should be scared
5
of
months
stairs.
back, dude, I watched 9,000 videos yesterday. No, but I like this concept of a guy who does like martial arts and he's like this fit dude and his weakness is stairs. Like imagine if that was the plot of John Wick. John Wick is killing everybody and they're like, we got to escalate and fuck them up.
It's like, shit.
Yeah, but you broke what is a scapula?
Right
He
here.
fractured it.
Oh shit,
It's just
dude.
that flat bone.
Oh man, because he fell down.
So You want the the 2-minute version?
Okay,
see
let's try. Okay, let's try and make this exciting for us. Let's make this 90 seconds. Okay, starting
God.
we'll start at when it says 3, 2, 1, go.
So I got a condo, and I spent a lot of money to get this condo. Closing costs are something that no one tells you is quite expensive. So I closed the deal, got the condo, and afterwards I asked this painter how much it's going to cost to paint the place. He quoted me at $5,000. I'm like, $5,000? We'll just paint it ourselves. And so we got a ladder up there from the condo, and I start to climb it a little bit, and it feels rickety. And I tell Achara, you got to hold the ladder. She goes, okay, I got it. She holds it like that. And so I climb a little further, and it's like, this ain't right. And I want to climb down quickly, and it's shaking. And I'm a ninja in my brain. And so I'm like, the stairs are right there. Let me just leap to the stairs. And I leap, but I have socks on. I slip on the ladder, and the next thing I know, I just hear a thud, and it's my shoulder into the edge of the stair. And she laughs. That's her first response, to laugh at me, because I'm on the floor like a turtle on its back. And she's just giggling, and I'm like, ah. And she hears the sound in my throat. She's like, oh, this is serious.
Yeah.
And so my friend Courtney's upstairs, and she comes out. She's like, does anybody have any ice? And I'm like, everybody shut the fuck up. Just shut up. My ego's damaged. My shoulder's damaged. And so I go and I sit down in this fold-out beach chair, because that's all I had. I didn't have any furniture in there. And I can't lift my arm up at all. So I go to the car, and I think about like how old I am and how long this is going to take. And I'm like, Achara, you got to take me to the hospital. And so I drive a stick.
Yeah.
And I'm like, please don't pop the clutch, okay? Please, And so we're driving. Every single gear, she pops the clutch. And I'm just like, ow, ow. And she's like, I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
I felt so
So
bad.
fractured scapula. And then I got COVID.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
straight after.
Oh, like from the hospital?
No.
One second,
the
that
Indian.
story was I think exactly like
90 seconds?
I think
Was it
about
really?
maybe 101. I think I would
feel
say.
like
But
maybe
great
it's a little
job,
over.
I mean,
Yeah.
you're really good at doing these like short story things. Yeah. It's like,
Usually they're very long-winded. So good that you gave him a time
I'm
limit.
by the way, thanks a lot for messaging me earlier that keep a time limit for stories. Yeah. Really appreciate that.
No worries.
Yeah.
I got COVID from an Indian on Thanksgiving, the most American holiday.
Indians, we're spreading things constantly. Did he just meet you and lick your face? And he's like, COVID,
Yeah.
enjoy it. Like I have been, I don't know if this has happened to, I'm sure this has happened to you, where I had a thought where I'm like, who are the most, like which fans of which actor or whatever have been the most vitriolic? I'm not saying toxic, I'm saying most vitriolic about something, completely out of context.
Okay.
Salman Khan.
Yeah, that's without a doubt, yeah.
Really?
I mean,
I'm just saying things
no,
just
but
to
for
be
you,
saying things.
like, what has anything happened with you where somebody's come out completely off? Because you guys are you're nice people. I don't think you really go
Wait,
after anything.
say the question again.
Yeah, whose fans are the most toxic? Who said the worst things?
Oh, Star Wars fans. Like for me,
Yeah.
Star Wars fans are just the most savage because like I'm a very like casual fan of Star Wars, and when we do Star Wars reactions, sometimes I don't know like, oh, that was a reference to like the first movie or like blah blah blah, blah. And so they'll be like, oh, this girl's rubbish. She doesn't know anything, and they get really like precious about the movies and the shows and like how you have to know all of this lore and stuff, and it's like, can't we just all enjoy it?
Oh,
though?
the most intensity that I think I've witnessed is factions for Indian film industries.
Oh, that
Oh
too.
my God.
North
why
and
are you-
South.
they get angry, like, why are you doing Bollywood? Oh, why are you doing South? South is dumb. Why are you doing this? Why aren't you doing more Malayalam? And I'm like, I'm trying. I'm one dude.
How much do I watch? Yeah.
We have a burden that YouTubers in India don't have. It's very interesting because YouTubers in India are allowed to just do their region. But if you're a YouTuber from America, you have to cover everything.
It's the same burden.
Really?
Yeah. You get like, why are you talking about cricket? Talk about other sports. Why are you talking in English? Talk in Hindi. Why? It's a lot.
But if you cover Bollywood cinema, there's no burden to cover Kannada cinema.
Oh no, there will be. 100%.
Really?
Of course, yeah. I'm glad you focused on Kannada cinema. It doesn't get enough attention. You guys are all focused on Hindi belt, etc. It's like, but I mean, in your case again, because your subscriber base is huge. It's what. About 105 people or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Meanwhile, we are about to hit 30,000. This is my second channel. But I think it's also because it's when you started 2016.
That's when it popped off.
Yeah, when it popped up. So you've been doing this and you have daily releases and stuff like that. So I think people, and also nobody has time to research.
No.
They don't have time to go. They have time to get angry on comments as opposed to go like, hey, we just did that last week. Will you chill out?
Right.
Yeah, it's true. It's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, it's frustrating where someone leaves a comment and no one notices that comment and leaves the same comment. And it's like 1,000 people leaving the same comment. I'm like, can't you guys just upvote that one? Like, is that too much trouble to ask?
Yeah.
Like, surely someone has said it. If you thought of it, someone might have said it.
Yeah.
You know, like we did the Star Wars Ahsoka trailer.
Yeah.
Ahsoka.
Ahsoka. And she admitted that we hadn't seen any of like the Star Wars shows leading up to Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Like
And-
the animation.
The animation.
Oh,
Yeah.
the animations, not even Mandalorian and all that kind of
No,
stuff.
no, yeah, that stuff we've seen, but like there's Clone Wars, there's Rebels, and apparently like the Ahsoka show is a continuation of Rebels.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, yeah.
Every comment was like, you need to watch Rebels. I'm like, well, gosh dang, like every comment, not one person was like, good observation.
Yeah.
Like every comment. I'm like, all right, I guess we're watching that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that kind of intensity happens with the Indian cinema.
Yeah,
you
I can
know?
imagine. Yeah, without like, okay, there's the. So I was trying to, every time somebody's coming, I try to go through Reddit to see, hey, what's the worst thing that's said about anybody?
Oh, okay.
Right? And about you guys, it's actually not terrible. It's just that a lot like people are like reaction videos.
I can tell you there was Quora.
Yeah,
Yeah.
please do.
This was from years ago.
Yeah.
Someone asked, is Jaby Koay dating Achara KIRK? And someone responded and said, actually, Jaby Koay is a gay stripper. That's
good.
I'm like, where did that come? Like, how did you come up with that?
Yeah,
like,
that's good.
I've never mentioned that I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
I've never mentioned interest in dudes. Like,
Yeah.
how did someone come up with this?
I think it's because you're very flexible. And so people are like, he could handle himself in a pole. I mean, is that what male strippers do? I don't even know.
No.
I mean, I've never been.
There's no polls for male strippers as far as I know.
There are no polls.
At least not in my experience.
Yeah.
Just
In your experience, now he's just confirmed the Quora rumor. He's like, I tried, it didn't pan out. I was a stripper who didn't work out. It was
Yeah.
like, but yeah,
I was a stripper that ate fries on stage.
Hey, that's actually like isn't that one genre of
I mean,
of stuff?
dad bods are in, dude. So
Yeah, listen,
you know?
I have a beautiful dad board. I mean, this is about sharing too much information, so let's do it. I was shaving my head as I do every week or so, and then I was feeling hot, so I was like, let's just shave my chest. Oh my god! I mean, I don't know if you do that regularly, but it's damn nice, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the consequences of shaving your chest.
Which is what?
Well, I've shaved my chest and everything else, and the prickly parts that come in
Yeah, yeah,
afterwards,
yeah.
that's not fun at all.
It's not fun.
It's not fun for you.
Yeah.
It's not fun for her.
Yeah, I wear a shirt, so it's fine.
No, but it's still like, it's itchy, you know?
Yeah, but I wear a shirt. She doesn't want to see this.
All right,
She's
that's
like,
fair.
I have a whole stand-up set about like the only reason I want to lose weight is not because I want to be fit. I just want to have sex with my shirt off. That's it.
That's a good reason.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a good reason. I mean, my goal for 2023 is to get lasered. My butt hair off.
Oh yeah. Hence confirming the gay stripper.
I don't think so. I think women in LA like a metrosexual guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Do you care about the
hair.
the bum hair?
no.
I do.
Yeah. So it's about you.
I don't know. You don't see it in porn, right? It's like, that's a good-looking guy.
That's a bad measure
Yeah,
for
that's a bad measure.
anything.
No, it's not.
That's like saying, hey, you missed the train and Usain Bolt is fast.
What?
You were running for the train.
Yeah.
And you didn't make it, but Usain Bolt runs fast.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like
porn
it
is
doesn't.
it's
not
yeah.
real. I mean, obviously it's real. Like they're real people, but it's like not representative of
But it
real
helps you
life.
identify what you want to see in yourself
Yeah.
or on yourself or on your face.
Sure. I don't know. I'm like, do whatever makes you happy.
There's
it's
no
fine.
body hair in those videos.
Yeah.
Blue films. There's
Yeah.
no body. Well, American blue films. There's no body hair, and I'm like, that is the goal right there.
Okay, the goal is to look like a porn star.
Exactly.
Oh my god, there
Yeah.
we go. We finally cracked.
Yeah, Boogie Nights.
Yeah, I never got that movie. I never understood the hype. So I watched Boogie Nights and I was like, it's this movie which everybody's gone on and on for so long. I was like, I didn't get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said the same thing about Three Idiots. Just kidding.
Is that the movie which you didn't enjoy and people went after you?
Oh, no. I
No.
enjoyed Three Idiots. I enjoyed all of Amir Khan's films so far. But people went after me for saying something about the music in Rang De Basanti.
Yeah.
Because there was like one section where I was like, I don't understand why they had this song here.
Yeah.
And people were like, yo, that's A.R. Rahman's music. You can't talk shit about him. Like, A.R. Rahman fans are intense.
Yeah.
You can't say anything about the music at
Yeah.
all, or they'll come after you.
I think I know which point you're talking about. I think it's like after, I have a feeling it was right after Anupam Kher was killed or something. There was a very weird point where it just
She hasn't seen the movie yet.
Oh yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay. But you've not seen animated Star Wars. That's bigger problem. Like I'm finally getting into like I think your job is to watch things almost whatever. I watch things like 3 years late, and I watched. So I saw Pathaan in the theaters, and I didn't really enjoy it. I thought it was very funny, unintentionally, right? Because I was in Bangkok, oddly enough.
Oh, okay.
And in Bangkok, they allow you to drink in the theaters, and I'm having a drink and just enjoying Pathaan. And my friend and me are laughing at like the absurdity of the movie. And this uncle came. I'll tell you. He said it in Hindi, but I'll tell you what he said in English. He came up to me like, "How much you guys were laughing? It's not that funny." Which I was like, "This great feedback."
I laughed.
Yeah,
I mean.
so-
But the thing is, the things I find funny, maybe Indians might not find funny. They might take it personally. Okay.
Like my favorite was John Abraham holding back 2 helicopters with
Yes.
his biceps. I was like, I mean, I know you work out, but this is. Did you like Pathaan?
I loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was.
I loved it. I thought it was great.
It was fun. It was
Yeah.
fun, but there were bits in the middle where I was like, okay, we're sagging a little bit. But I loved Shah Rukh Khan, and I especially loved the cameo with Salman Khan when he showed up. That was wild.
We were talking to a Bollywood celebrity who will forever remain nameless.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, or she was telling me.
Everybody guess.
No,
Yeah.
he or she was telling me.
Yeah.
I loved Pathaan only because I was rooting for Shah Rukh Khan, but it was a stupid movie.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
a stupid movie, but it was a victory for Shah Rukh Khan.
Yeah, but see, so I've spoken about this before. I saw Mission Impossible randomly, right? I saw the one.
How do you watch
which,
Mission
which
Impossible
one?
randomly?
The first one?
No, I saw the third one. I think I'd seen till the first one, then I just given up on the franchise.
Okay.
And then I watched it and I'm like, this is a lot of fun. And then I watched the one which is set in India, and I was like, this is so stupid, but I'm still enjoying it. And there's an immediate straight line between Mission Impossible and RRR and Pathaan. Like, I mean, okay, it's not a straight line. It's more of a
Like an Indian road.
yeah, take a left. Because everybody, like, RRR was so fantastically ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, there were so many parts where I'm like, this is amazing how absurd this is.
Yeah.
And you pulled it off. You're like even the simple scene of him lifting up that tray and then it becomes a drum was hilarious. And I'm like, well done, man. Like, and so everybody's now like, let's out absurd each other and take the most absurd premise and make it amazing.
Yeah.
And that's great.
I'm still shocked at what you told me about the Jai Hind thing giving people goosebumps, because like when I watch Uri,
Yeah.
I get it. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I feel goosebumps, and I'm not Indian, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I feel the patriotism there.
Yeah.
You know, how's the Josh?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel that.
Yeah.
But in that film, it feels so over the top. I can't take anything serious. It's like Fast and Furious. You have a scene where Shah Rukh Khan's falling down into this like he's falling down into this vault of like chemicals or whatever
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is, and he has this like realization of all this stuff at the same time. I'm like, while you're falling down, you're connecting all the dots, really, like that.
Have you ever fallen down towards a vat of chemicals? I mean, come on, yeah. Don't be so naive to this guy's he's never fallen down a vat of stuff. He doesn't know what it's like, man.
Every time I
It
fall
was the
down, I'm just thinking
safe.
about my ego.
It was the safe.
A safe,
with,
yeah.
with Deepika.
Yes.
Yeah. But then, like, the funny thing was, it's like, what? Dude, you could have just climbed up. In the time it took her to cut that rope,
Yeah.
you're a badass.
Yeah.
You could have just got up to the top and, like, smacked her.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. Maybe not smacked her, because we
Yeah.
don't do that. But, you know, something.
Unless it's Kabir Singh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
In
like
which
the movie?
case?
I've not seen Kabir Singh.
Have you seen Arjun Reddy?
I've not seen Arjun Reddy. I'm telling you, I've seen weird things. I'm watching very weird content. I'm watching a movie by Satyajit Ray, and it sounds
Okay.
pretentious, but Satyajit Ray made 3 amazing films. Apu,
Classics.
Yeah, the classics, and then he made a
The
movie
Apu
called
trilogy.
Yeah, and there's a movie called Shatranj Ke Khiladi, which is one of my favorite premises for a movie ever. It's these 2 kings, and is it the Mughals who are coming or the British who are coming to invade their kingdom? And these 2, the king and his courtier are playing chess, which is Shatranj. And they don't give a fuck about being invaded because they're so enthralled in the chess. So it's comedy, and if you get a high-res version of it, that's a genuinely fun movie.
Oh, wow.
So I'm watching and also like I think the thing is that watching things ironically has become like a national, like an international pastime now. Like, because everything on Netflix, etc., is so like, look at this, we're dark and and then you're like,
Yeah.
but I like whatever I like. I mean, when people say I like Pathaan, I'm like, I get it.
Do you think, and I'm asking this genuinely, do you think a lot of Indians understand watching things ironically? Because when I laugh at stuff from like over-the-top action films in
Yeah.
Indian cinema, people like start hitting me in the comments, like, you don't make fun of it when it's like Iron Man flying around. I'm like, but that's Iron Man. Like, he's not a cop. You know, a Jay Devgan coming out of a car like that. It's kind of funny to me because it's like over the top. He's just a person.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But I see. I get where it comes from because the thing stems from the fact that like as Indian directors or even consumers, you're like you feel like okay, everything is not irony abroad, right? Where you're like, oh, don't judge us for the worst part or whatever it is.
Yeah.
So I get when people are like worked up about it. I mean, I don't get it. But I'm trying to understand it. I'm trying to understand where it comes from. And I'm like, dude, like you can enjoy something that's absurd and something that's completely crazy.
Yeah.
And still like it. I'm making fun of it doesn't mean I don't like it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying how because like I had a theory which
I like all that stuff, by the way. I
yeah.
love Fast and Furious. I enjoyed the shit out of it.
I can't enjoy. I can't watch Fast and the
Oh,
Furious.
I enjoyed the shit out of Fast and Furious. I enjoyed Pathaan. I enjoyed that stuff so much. It's to me, it's just popcorn fun. I'm not taking it seriously. But like, anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, like you know which movie I loved? Have you seen Kick with Salman Khan?
Not yet, but I really want to.
Oh my God, it is one of the dumbest movies I've ever seen in my life. Like it is so goddamn stupid. Okay, there's a sequence. Okay, so favorite thing anybody's ever done in a movie. Okay, I think he's in Poland or whatever, and these cops are trying to arrest him, and they've all surrounded him. And you're like, how's Salman Khan going to escape? He's surrounded by these cops, and he takes a gun from one of the guys and threatens to shoot himself.
Oh.
And they let him go. And I was like, what?
That was stolen from Blazing Saddles. That's
Is it?
a
Is that
joke.
what it is?
That's a
Yeah.
joke from Blazing Saddles.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know if he saw Blazing
No, but
Saddles.
it wasn't a joke. It was like they were genuinely nervous the fact that he's going to kill himself, and then he jumps into a pool, into a water body, and then the next second he's in like Dubai.
Huh.
It's oh my God, the movie is so nonsensical. It is amazing. Like I loved it, and like in Race 3, which I also saw in the theater. So I see all these movies, and I'm like, I don't like them, but I enjoy them. This is fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
There's a Mahesh Babu movie called Spider, and during one of the climactic moments of the film, he's trying to figure out how to thwart the bad guys. And within 5 minutes, he rallies up all these aunties to do an action sequence and thwart off the villain.
The Anti-Spy Network.
The Anti-Spy Network
was amazing.
Yeah.
That was like our favorite part of the movie. Getting all these
Anti-Spy Network.
Yeah, they were like passing all this information along their little auntie network. I'm like, yes, this is how we use the power of the auntie. You know,
That's
It was
great. That's a great idea. Yeah. What
Yeah.
a great idea. Anti-Spy Network is amazing.
Yeah.
And so that was a good movie.
No. No, it wasn't good. It was kind of bad.
That part was
but
fun,
That part
though.
was fun.
Yeah.
You know, but I like Mahesh Babu, so
Yeah.
the guy never ages. It's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
Him and Shahid Kapoor and Keanu Reeves, they just never age. It's the weirdest thing.
Somebody said a spoiler for John Wick, and I hate them for it.
don't give it.
the
We haven't
worst.
watched the
I
most
haven't seen
recent
it
one
either.
yet. Yeah.
I'm.
Why do people get gratification out of that? I don't understand.
I think either it's people. The world is just full of evil.
People who give spoilers are evil.
Yeah, but also it's because I think like for people who consume a lot of content, which I think is about 40% of the world right now.
Sure.
The surprise element is what makes it fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like, I mean, it's literally the same reason why you're doing a show and you're like, just stop recording my set. Because if you've heard the joke online, that's the end of the joke. You can't, I mean, unless you forget all about it, because my jokes are very forgetful. Forgettable. That was a joke. Fuck, I fucked up the whole joke. One second, I'm checking the time. Yeah, we have 8 minutes more. Okay, let's try and see, I've ignored all my jokes,
material.
all my stuff that I had. Okay, first of all, there's an Emirates ad that you did with Jennifer Aniston.
True.
What is that all about? Are you there in the background? Is this available online?
So yes, it's available online. So what happened was I got booked on this job, and it was I didn't even know what Emirates was until this ad.
Yeah.
And so oftentimes when you're doing these gigs, sometimes you get cut from these commercials or from these movies. Achara had a big thing that she did that she got cut from.
Wait,
like
what was the big thing?
I did the pilot of the show Alcatraz.
Yeah.
And I was in the first episode, and they cut my damn scene because of
Yeah.
the dog.
What do you mean? Because
I had to do the scene with the dog, and the dog just couldn't act. It was like the director was like, "Listen, can the dog bark and run to its mark?" And the trailer was like, the trainer was like, "Okay, so the dog can bark, or it can run to its mark, but it can't do both." And the director was just kind of like, and I just had a feeling that day. I was like, I just feel like this is going to end up
Yeah.
on the cutting room
So
floor.
I know how editing works, right?
Yeah.
And I know when you can remove someone and when you can't.
Yeah.
And so what happened was there was a shot set up. The rules in America are very strange when
Yeah.
it comes to this stuff because I'm union and the person next to me is not. They're
Right.
background actors. And it's
Right.
like we're next to each other. So it didn't make any sense. But anyway, that's another conversation entirely. I could see what the shot was. I could see their monitor and I was like, I'm not in the shot. Okay. So I'm going to just sit forward uncomfortably for about 4 hours. Like this, so I'm in the shot for sure, and that's why you see me in the commercial. They had to pay me SAG,
Exactly.
money.
Yeah.
Because you want to make sure that your face is shown
Yeah.
because then you get the buyout.
Yeah.
Because it goes like this. You get a day rate.
Yeah.
And if you make it into the commercial, then they'll pay you the big money.
Residuals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
And so
exactly.
I had that too where
I had, hold on, but
oh,
I
sorry,
had
go
a
ahead.
my first big commercial was a McDonald's commercial,
Yeah.
and a friend of mine who works all the time, she only got paid the day rate because they only showed her butt when she was walking away. They didn't show her face.
Yeah.
Anyway, go ahead.
I know I had a similar thing happen where it was like a vodka commercial and they had hired this like famous model. And so they were shooting over my shoulder and I was holding a glass. And so the whole time I was like this. Like really trying, and they still managed to cut me out of the damn thing. I
They
was
just
like,
blurred
"God."
you on the side.
Yeah, I was like, it's just my hand. I'm not getting that rate. Oh.
On that Emirates ad is actually how I watched Bahubali. I was just like chilling, or no, this is something else.
It was Bahubali.
It was Bahubali?
Yeah.
No, I think it was something else where I was watching Bahubali. Maybe it was that. I
It
don't know
was
anymore.
that, and then when we flew to India, you watched the rest of
That's right.
Bahubali
That's
on
right.
the plane.
Anyway.
Yeah.
One sec, while the ad was shooting, you watched Bahubali.
Well, I was just waiting in the back of the plane while they were setting up. And
Because
there
they
was like
used a real plane,
They used a real
right?
plane. I was just
Oh,
watching
wow.
Bahubali for like an hour, and then they were like, "Oh, we got to shoot now," and I'm like, "Fuck."
Stop interrupting my movie, fuckers.
Yeah, exactly.
This is shit.
Yeah.
So another one of the things that people know you for is crying during K3G. Yeah, is that a thing that happened?
Who, you, me,
I
or
cried. Who
yeah,
cried?
or maybe it was something. I
Wait,
saw a
oh.
Reddit thing where one of you cried, like you were doing a reaction video or something like that. Was it somebody else? Have we fucked this up?
We
I
probably-
cried. I
no,
cried.
no,
I
no,
cried.
we
I
cri-
cried because Katrina Kaif was so annoying in that movie. Not Katrina Kaif.
Kareena Kapoor.
I always mess
Yeah.
up the names. There's always names that are so similar,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Ranbir Kapoor and
Ranveer
Ranveer
Singh.
Singh.
Ranbir Singh.
Yeah.
Like I always swap them.
Yeah.
In my brain, and then Kareena Kapoor and Katrina Kaif. I always
Yeah.
mess it up.
Okay,
Anyway.
let's do a quick Bollywood this thing. Who do you prefer more? Let's start making some enemies now.
Oh,
you
no.
both are too nice. Let's start making some enemies.
No, we can't.
Go ahead, try.
Okay, Ranbir Kapoor or Ranveer Singh?
Oh, that's hard.
Jeez. What's the question exactly?
Who do you
Like,
prefer?
Who you like more? It doesn't have to be like.
If I had to hang out with them,
I mean, sure.
Ranveer Singh.
Oh, always. I mean, come on, Ranveer. I mean, listen, Ranbir Kapoor seems like he would be very laid back, and then he would just like flirt with your wife or something.
Yeah.
And I am.
He never smiles. He never smiles.
He does smile sometimes.
He never smiles. All these like wedding photos with Ali Abad.
Yeah.
Never smiles.
Listen, he makes okay. So the like Amir Khan made these ads right now for this app called Dream 11 during the IPL, which is the Indian Premier League, and it's nice ads. Like I mean, giving like when you make enough stuff or watch enough stuff, you realize that okay, the norms for what you have to make have been met, and you've still made something good. That's amazing. And so making ads well is a real like it takes a lot.
Yeah.
And Ranbir Kapoor makes the worst ads. He's literally like I haven't seen a single ad of his that made any sense. Like it's all nonsense where he's always playing two characters. It's very bad. He's very bad at ads.
Do you think he like specifically goes, I want to do this story for my ad? Or like that, or they're just like, that's just what you do, Ranbir. Here
Yeah,
you go.
yeah.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Because you've grown up here. There are celebrity ads everywhere in India.
Yeah.
Everywhere. And I'm not used to that.
Right.
Like in the States, you don't get that. That's just not like that. That's kind of frowned upon unless you're doing like a Maybelline ad or makeup or perfume. Like sometimes you get a pass with those things, but oftentimes celebrities are not involved in these big ads. And being inundated with these celebrity ads, do you think it has any effect on people still? Like, oh, Hrithik drinks Coke. I'm going to drink Coke. Like, does that still have any kind of an effect when you're so inundated with so many celebrity endorsements?
It has to be something fun. It has to be something good. Like the Amir Khan ads were actually genuinely nice.
Okay.
So those are sold. Like for the two guys from RRR, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and they're both in 2 separate ads for sparkling drinks. Okay, and they're both, one is paired with Kriti Sanon, one is paired with Alia Bhatt.
Okay.
And you're watching both those ads, and they both have a very similar vibe in the zone of what both the. And I'm like, did you guys coordinate on this? And so to answer your question about does it work, I think the main thing that works is that the ad spends increase as soon as you have a celebrity on board, whether it's a big South actor, whether it's a big Bollywood star or a cricketer or whatever it is, and that's what leads to the sort of the domino effect of them being able to come and print, them being able to come or whatever. Even though, and to be frank, a lot of it just stems from them not having good enough ideas. Where they're like, let's just have him drink Coca-Cola. I mean, not Coca-Cola is a great band. Please sponsor 3 drinks.
No, it's just like, because I see so many, and I'm like, how do you even decide like what to feel connected to when there's so many celebrity endorsements?
Well, it's also just because they look so funny to me because it's literally always the same. It's
Virat
like
Kohli.
a person, and then they're like,
Virat Kohli has so many ads.
Virat
You know?
Kohli's whole Twitter, like during the IPL, is just full of just ads. But also, a lot of them have started doing a lot of ads for the pan masala brands.
Yes.
Which is not pan masala, but like they call it ilaichi. Ilaichi is like, what is ilaichi? Cardamom. And by the way, the cardamom ones are genuinely yum. Okay, that's what, like, everybody opposed to the stuff. Like, I mean, you gotta try the great. So everybody's doing ads for that because the amount of money being offered is crazy. But also, and all the ads are all about aspiration.
Sure,
Where it's like
yeah.
you have this and you're gonna be rich.
right.
You know what's special about India?
Yeah.
This is wrong.
Hey, this is why we don't have an audience. You just say whatever the fuck you want. And then later you can remove it.
There's a lot of special things about India, but it's just like, so there are the things you notice first are the things that kind of like are in your face and kind of make you a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah.
When we were in Rajasthan, I think it's maybe limited to Rajasthan because I haven't experienced it anywhere else in India. The flies are like muscle flies. They do not mess around. Like, we were at the poolside and they just kept coming and coming, and it's like, in America you go like this, they go away after 2 swipes.
No.
In Rajasthan, they're like, hey, what's up? This is my block.
Yep.
You're in my house now. And they will just take your food. And they'll look at you while they take it.
Listen, have you not encountered the mosquitoes?
Yes.
Oh, I'm constantly like putting on the mosquitoes.
He's become
stuff.
a big fan of Odomos. Is that
Odomos is great, but I don't know if you just buy yourself an electronic racket. Oh my god, dude!
I was
it's
trying to
the
get
shit.
Okay.
You buy it for 500 rupees and it's like, it's the shit. You all night in your room, like before I go to sleep. So when my kids are sleeping, right? I'm like, hey, mosquito, you fuckers, you can bite me, but leave my children. So before they sleep, I spent 45 minutes listening to a podcast and just killing mosquitoes.
So yeah, in that same instance in Rajasthan, we're at the poolside and there was a guy with one of those things.
Yeah.
And then he went away. And so I summoned one of the helpers, and I was like, "Hey, where's the guy with the wand, the tennis racket thing?" And he goes, "There's a lot of flies right now." And I go, "Yes." Where's the guy with the thing? And he goes, "No, the wall is supposed to look like that." I'm like, "The wall? What are you talking about? Where's the guy with the wand?" And he's like, "Okay, good day, sir." And then he walked away.
Hey, this is the time where you should have just told him, "Do you know who I am?"
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the guy who kills flies.
Exactly.
Listen, it's we have a lot of stuff to talk about your India trip. I'm sure you have a lot of things to do, but I think reached the end time. You're going to get late for your meeting.
We have a couple more minutes if you want to cover anything else.
I have nothing else to cover.
I'm trying to get out of this conversation.
No. Okay, let's have one last question.
Okay.
This country of India. Let's talk about. I don't know why I became this person.
What is it?
Let's talk about what makes this country so special. I mean, look, you've been asked this question about why Indian pop culture, right? Why the obsession with the Indian pop culture? Does it like? So you said you're half Thai, you're half English.
Yes.
And what's your story?
I'm half Asian, half Italian.
Oh yeah, dude, somebody said that today. I said Jaby Koay Achara, and somebody said the Italian guy. I was like, is he Italian?
Yeah,
Are you
half
Italian?
Italian,
What the
half Italian.
fuck, man?
Yeah.
So my God. So now people are going to draw a parable between you and Sonia Gandhi.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of the audience. But who?
Sonia Gandhi. Sonia Gandhi is one of the most well-known politicians in the country, and she's the wife of Rajiv Gandhi, who was the Gandhi family and all that stuff.
Well,
and she's from Italy.
According to my audience, at least it used to be the case. They just call me white. I'm like, really? Because in America, I wish they would call me white. Because like America's a funny place when it comes to race.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think every place is like funny when it comes to whatever demographics of people, including India.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we have our own problems. Everybody has problems.
That's true.
But how we unite ourselves is through love and reaction videos.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what I want written on my tombstone, even though I'm a Hindu. This has been fun. Anything you've rebranded your entire YouTube channel to Cine Desi.
Yes.
These guys are not even fucking Desis, dude. He's an Italian. This is an Italian guy. Thai person. Desi. Yeah, so Cine Desi is the new. When did the rebranding happen? It happened recently.
January.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of backlash. We tried to get the name Cinema Salas.
Yeah.
Cinemaggie.
Cinemaggie was the first name I had in mind. Cinemaggie, because it's like noodles. Everyone,
Yeah.
because that's how I kind of look at our content. It's just like, it's just comfort food.
Yeah.
That's all we are, is comfort food. And I recognize that. It's what I call disposable content. You watch it once and you're done with it.
Yeah.
It's not like a movie that you'd watch over and over again. Although some reaction videos do get watched multiple times by people. But whatever. Anyway, because it's comfort food, I'm like, Cinemaggie, that's a good name. But then I thought there would be a branding thing that I'd get in
100%,
trouble.
yeah.
And so I said Cinema Masala, but it was taken. So I said the Masalas, because I was like, that sounds like a cool rock band. And everybody hated it. So within 24 hours, I was like, I got to change this real fast. And I did Cine Desi. And I asked my friend, is this name okay? She's like, that's a pretty good name, actually.
Yeah.
I put that name, and people were like, okay, not as bad as the Masalas. And then so we kept it.
I got the way to get the name that you want is to give a weird name.
Yeah.
You're like, how about we call ourselves the Tutties?
It was basically like Sonic the Hedgehog, You had that awful Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
There's a huge backlash.
Yeah.
Then they did a better Sonic the Hedgehog, and people were like,
Yeah.
okay, fine. That one works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. Do you like the new branding name?
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, he ran everything by me so much that by the end of it, I was like, Jaby, just pick something.
Yeah.
Stop asking me.
Yeah.
Just pick something and commit to it.
Yeah.
So 1 second, here's my question to you. Okay, when
Yeah.
your movie comes out, are you going to be in the reaction video to your movie?
I will probably react to it and cringe. I hate watching myself.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes I've gotten better, especially since working with Jaby and having to edit the videos. I've had to kind of get over watching myself. Now I can kind of watch myself and detach myself from it, but it'll be interesting.
Oh no, it's awesome. And listen, you guys are very sweet people in general. I wish you the best in taking all the Bollywood money. As Cine Desis. And I'll again, descriptions will have all the details about the channel. I mean, not that you need help from this 30,000 subscriber channel.
Hey, man, we'll take everything we can get.
That's true. See, this is the kind of attitude that has led me to never succeed. And again, get on the Telegram group. We have early releases, etc., all over the place. And shows are coming up in Hyderabad and Bangalore. Sorabh.com for tickets. Thanks a lot for watching. Thank you, Jaby. Thank you so much, Achara. Thanks for taking time out from your busy Indian schedule.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for
Thanks for
having
treating me
us.
for more as a fly. Love you all. Marry me. Goodbye. Hey.
Yay.
Time, friends.
Did I say
No
anything
worries.
offensive at all?
No, listen.